Here you go. Okay. Okay. Let's get going here. What happened? Well, a few people have signed here ready.
Hi,
Hi.
we're ready to paint.
Well, oh, I was just kidding. You know me, just no big. No, we weren't gonna paint today. We're
They,
just gonna goof off. I just
I
gotta.
wouldn't mind doing an animal.
You want to do an animal? This isn't an animal. We're gonna paint snow again. Here, let me just. I just gotta set my last phone up here, and we'll be set to go.
So,
And I got to figure out trying out. I wanted to do this because I got a new iPad here, and I wanted to see um, how it was going to work.
new Christmas toy, huh?
Yeah, new Christmas toy. And not much else you need. So
Yeah, I hear you.
let's see if that goes through. There we go. So I got this thing is just a little bit gets a little bit wider angle, and I was hoping that it was going to be a little clearer when I bring you guys in close and maybe make me clear. So that's what I'm shooting for. But hi, there we go. Let's see. I give me a second here.
Recording in progress.
Let's see. Disconnect audio. That's what you want. Oh, you also want to flip this back around. And here we go.
Congratulations on being juried into another show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That's just old news for him.
Yeah, if it's not an award, who cares, right?
That's pretty much where, yeah, it's always nice. It's nice to be accepted. You guys all know that, how it feels. And so, yeah, it's nice. It's really, it's nice. It's a nice feeling. Thanks. It's worse when you don't get in though, because then you feel like crap. What did I do? No one loves me. But the juried shows they are like that. I mean, you never know who's looking at the stuff, and if you get it's usually a panel of at least five jurors looking at that stuff, and if you get the wrong jurors, who don't like that style, we're all watercolor guys, and they don't want oils. You you, you can lose out that way too pretty easily. So, yeah. But I got lucky. I got lucky, and it was a fun little painting. It's one we did on Saturday morning.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
Yeah, I liked it. I was the only one I put in. I didn't put in more than one. I just said that's what I'm putting in, and that's it. I don't care if it gets in. It gets in. I got in. So
you'll take it.
I'll take it. I don't expect it to go any farther than that, but that's okay. That's okay. But hey, hope you guys all had a good Christmas and everything.
Oh yeah.
Y'all got what you wanted? Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I at this point, we don't there's not a whole lot we want.
I got some art supplies.
Well, yeah. Always is good to get art supplies, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can't beat that. You can just buy what I tell you to buy, and we're good. So
how it went.
Yeah. So anyway, But yeah, what New Year's is just right around the corner here and stuff. So we all start all over again. Well, back to square one. Uh, but speaking of that, that's what this painting we're going to be working on today. It's just a I painted this, gosh, at my very first workshop I've ever did. It was an in-person one at the LaGrange Art League here in town. I had like 8 people there, and this was just a little teeny demo I did of this thing, and I did it like in 20 minutes, and it turned out really cool. I really liked it. It was a good painting, and but I don't have it anymore. But I keep running across this photo and going, God, I should paint that again. I should paint that again. I really liked it, and I love the colors in it. And there's just something about it. It's kind of a simple little image. It just this is the Stone Avenue train station here in town, and I just happened to be going across the tracks, and I saw the light, and I go, oh, I should take some pictures. So I just stopped, shot for my car, took a few shots, and end up with this one. It's gonna be fun to paint again. Just like old times here, and see what we come up with. Here, let me see something. I forgot to put this on. Let me see. Where is that? Let me see if this works. You guys can hear me, right?
Yep.
Can you hear me? I don't know if you hear me any better.
I think it's a wider lens now. I can see you.
You can see all of me. I know. I tried to hide some of me.
I can see the bulletin board.
I know you can see all that crap over here now. It is a wider lens. Damn it, But let's see. I don't know. Do I sound better? No, I don't know if you guys can even hear me.
Oh, you're coming through
Oh
good.
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, we will see. I like I said, a new iPad, new little mic, little things like that I wanted for Christmas. So I got everything I needed and stuff. So yeah, again, we'll be painting this little train station one. Here, let me pull it up and we'll look at it a little bit and see what we think on it. Grab my photos. Okay, there they are. Forgot about them. Okay, so yeah, this is the train station. It's a nice little just basically a roof on this side with to keep the snow off and rain off you. On the other side, across the tracks, there is the real station. It's stone and has a nice archway and stuff on it. Going back, you can start to see some of the LaGrange down there. That's our village right there, back there. Start to see some of the buildings back behind there, and the row of trees and lights and big street with cars coming down it, and a couple buildings on here. But what really grabbed me was this light there. I thought this was so interesting to see this light come in here, going across there, and seeing how it, from here, how it dropped down, kept its line here, and it dropped down, kept going over here, and then stepped up, and went up. So catching how that light flows over the snow there, I thought was really, real interesting. And that's what what really grabbed me to paint it or even take a picture of it. Again, in the light over here on this side, really strong triangle of light on that. Really just nice little grab you in the painting. You know, it's a little one of those little bright spots with another bright spot with another bright spot, and then they bring you back around. So it just kind of turns you around the whole scene a little bit. Those are always nice things to look for, how things turn out there. If you look all the way back in here, all the way back in that blue area back there, you keep going, you look down that line there where the street is, you'll see there's the Sears Tower way down in Chicago. You can see down there if you look down the tracks. You can see all the way to Chicago. It's only like, about 8 miles, 13 miles away. But it's 13, it must be 13 miles away, but it's still a pain in the butt to get to. So we always take the train. It's nice to have the train station right there. Okay, back to color. Let's talk about value on this one. Okay, value. Yes, you can see this from the blues to the grays. The values, how it changes. This is a really good one for that. You can see that most of this painting in here, these areas here and in the midsection here, are all going to be right around 8.5, 8s and 8.5s value. Pretty dark, not too much light in them. And then the mid-tone values around here, any of the snow, some of the street, and a lot of this top area here, pretty much right here in the middle here. It's going to be right around 5s and 7s, value wise, for the mid tones. And then your lights back in here, really the lightest we have to go to is about a 2. Most of it's at 3s. It's going to be pretty much all this area in here, value wise, and the light is really all 3s. Whoops, 3s. Even this light over here on this building here doesn't have to be the thing. Just really just going to be shifts of temperatures from warms to lights, and that should really makes this painting sing. I think it's the warms against the cools, but also the nice value changes. So design wise, yes, it's really nice to have it basically 1 point perspective. We got the 1 point here. It basically says right here is your vanishing point. Everything else, everything goes right down to that, points down to that point. Everything, even all the windows, all the streets, everything is going to go down to that point. Simple. That's how simple this can be. Yeah, you got some verticals, you always got verticals, but those can go almost straight up and down. You don't have to, there's nothing giant or, about perspective, the vertical perspective. It's all pretty much straight up and down. It's pretty simple. But yeah, just the 1 point perspective. So you find that one spot, and if you look at it, on this thing, if you split this thing, it's almost in a third, just on that side of the third of the painting for me, 1/3. So it's really 1/3 sides over here to the left bottom. So you get that spot, everything else should fall into place pretty easy drawing wise. It's not that big a deal. Trees, of course, the trees are going to be interesting because they are just marks. They're nothing too defined. So there's going to be some soft marks with a little darkness on top. So pretty simple. The light itself is just the nicest thing. It's not much. That's the thing. It's less is more. So you got just a little bit of light and it just grabs you. And that's going to be pretty interesting. The cars themselves, also you got cars back in here, going back pretty much nothing but a couple squared straight strokes there. Pretty simple. A couple dots for lights. Uh, don't want to define anything back in this area at all. You know, pretty much anything in this back area, back there. Let me get rid of that again to show you again. Get everything back in here in that middle area. It's just a smoosh of strokes. That's all it's going to be. It's nothing going to be anything. I don't want to define anything. Even with the cars, I don't want to take too much defined, because if we define, when we hit this, define this, that'll make everything else back there come into focus, because we're telling them that here's the big focus right here. Everything else is supposed to be blurred. So we did a good job. Should be right. Okay, let's go back to the color version. Okay, colors really, yeah. Look at those blues and purples in the lights, and then you got some, nice yellows from the probably only around 3:30. The light is really falling fast there, but it's really got that golden touch to it. So that's always that against the blue. It's always going to be just very striking. But that being said, I this little teeny area here is it's just a little bit of light and it grabs your attention. It's nothing to look at, right? It's just a lump of snow. But the other cool thing I really always like to do is this area here, this dark, wet pavement. It's always interesting to do tire track to see how the tire tracks come in here and carve those out and paint. They're always so fun to do, and if you do them right, they look really cool. So, and it's pretty simple. And so I just always like doing them because, I've always been trying to be cool, and it's never worked yet. So I'm still working on it. Always a work in progress. But yeah, all this area cool. Even this little, walk thing. Sometimes those things, they look like they're really hard, but then if you do nothing but a couple lines that just could be scraped out, and they just feel right really easily. So it's gonna be kind of fun to do little muddy snow techniques here. Should be a lot of fun to paint. The clouds here, these Cirrus Stratus clouds going over here, nice and purples, kind of grayed out purples. Should be no problem. Those will always go in at the end. All this clouds pretty much we're going to be put in at the end. We'll make sure we got the big area painted first before you go put that stuff in. You put that and they'll make it simple, keep it easy. Same thing with all the snow, the bright yellow snow. I'll put it in probably with 5 minutes left in class, put the light in. That's just the way it goes. You just got to get all the gray tones in, get the gradations from purples to blues. You got to get those things right. And then then it's kind of nice just to, force yourself to simplify a stroke and get these things down simply but effectively. That's all I'm looking at to do. Okay, that is about it. I'm thinking about that. Anything else you guys want to talk about? No?
Can't think of anything.
Okay, you can't think of anything. Good. All right, well, let's head back over to our let's see, come on. Head back over to our colored wheel here, or palette. So far, everything's working out with this thing, so I feel pretty good. You see, I'm trying to get this thing to lay flat, a little bit flatter. We'll go talk just a little too high. Oh, oh shoot. There we go. Sorry, I just hit the wrong button on trying to straighten this and it shut off my phone. All right, that'll be good. Colors for this guy. Pretty simple. This is our regular palette. So you guys should have it all set up. We just got some titanium white, cad yellow light, cad red light, cad orange. I got some over here. I do have some yellow cad yellow deep here, right here. It almost looks like orange. So that was from a different painting. Here I have some. This is gold orange ochre. Here, just happened to be what I had in my hand. So it's see if I use it for anything. I don't know. This is oxide red light. This could also be a Terra Rosa. This could be Venetian. Here we have alizarin crimson. But I also say if you're a Rembrandt, it's probably rose madder deep. It's a lot like real close to the Rembrandt alizarin crimson. This blue is my cobalt blue hue by Utrecht. We got phthalo green here. Phthalo green on the blue shade, which, oh boy. I did not have this color, phthalo green, when I first painted it. So we'll see how that goes. But I do remember having out burn umber here. So I put burn umber out. I haven't had burn umber out too much on my palette. I usually never ask you guys for it. And I have some burnt sienna. Burnt sienna, if you don't have burnt sienna, you know, that was oxide, transparent oxide brown. But I just remember being burnt sienna, so that's why I put it out. This is some blue, some just cad red medium. That's just out here from another painting again. But when I first painted this, I did not paint it with Rembrandt colors, so these other reds might come in more handy because they were pretty much more a little duller than what I was using. So I got my big brushes, big synthetics. These are 3-inch, they're 2-inch brushes. These are some rosemaries, and then I have some other synthetics. They're a little bit newer than my rosemaries. Nice little trusty paint eraser. So we need to take off paint. It's good to have. Then I just have a variety of bristle brushes I will be using. Big ones to medium-sized ones. They come in really handy for texture and for putting on gobs of paint. These guys are probably like ones I'll probably end up using to put on the white. And these guys I'll be doing pretty much most of the other work with because they need good, clean, strong edges. So I'm gonna put these guys away over here. Make sure my oil's picked up. I might have some baby oil from the brushes. Make sure that's all gone. Okay, that's good. All right. This is what we're looking at again. It's really close to what I have on my monitor over here. I think my monitor is slightly more warm than this. This is a little cool. The other one has just a little bit more yellow in the sky. So that's about it. It's a little bit brighter. which will probably help in the long run. So, darkest dark's going to mix up first, right? Darkest dark's going to find pretty much in the underneath this train station awning here, and everything else pretty much is midtones. It's really not too much, except for down here. So, but we're gonna mix up a few darks just to get going here. Definitely, I'm gonna start off my blue, and first color is gonna be oxide transparent or oxide red light, or if you have Venetian or Terra Rosa, it's just a warm red. It's a little different than burnt sienna, which I'll do up next after this, and you can take a look. This blue, so this is going to be, I'm making up two colors. Again, one on the blue side of the mix, and then one on the red side. So we've got a nice warm red. Might just try to knock it out, just be a little more subtler between the blue and the red, but that might want it darker. Anyway, I'm gonna go right there. I have that color, and I'm gonna do blue again. So the first one is blue and oxide red, or Terra Rosa or Venetian. And then alizarin in blue. This is my darkest color I can get. I was thinking about this underneath that awning. So I definitely want to alizarin's a little strong tonight. So leave this one on the blue side. And I'll leave that on the red side. I'm gonna leave this color knocked down. Should make the snow too. All right. So that's pretty much my darks. I need to make up some tones for the street colors. So we're gonna start with that. I'll mix up a couple of them because it's interesting. I really love the grays in that it's going on in there. And back when I first started painting these things and doing workshops, burnt umber and blue were one of my favorite go-to colors. So it's always nice to kind of come back to it here and there and bring it back in. The reason I kind of just moved away from burnt umber and blue, burnt umber dries very fast. We're talking tomorrow morning, anything that I have burnt umber in, even on the palette, it would pretty much be dry. It's just a clay-based color, and it just sucks oil right out of everything. So this is a one on the blue side here. Let me push this blue a little bit more, and then one on the burnt umber side. Just a little bit of blue, more burnt umber. This one, a little more blue, a little less burnt umber. That's going to go a long, long ways in this painting. But there's another color I really liked when I was back there painting too. It was the accomplice of my burnt sienna or burnt umber. It's burnt sienna, so it's kind of a red brown. Basically, I've replaced this with a transparent oxide brown, mostly because of this color it's just a little opaque compared to, even though it's a burnt, it's a transparent color, just like umber is. It's not as transparent as transparent oxide, and which has a nicer, warmer tone to it. But
Are you talking about burnt sienna?
Yeah, burnt sienna and burnt umber. Basically both these guys. So that's these two. I'm gonna put a little more red in this one, just too close to that. That's your painting right there, pretty much. Everything else, everything should come out of these colors, except for probably the sky and some of the yellows.
What happened to phthalo green?
No, what happened? Okay, all right. She got me. Phthalo green. All right, she said it. I didn't. I wasn't going to put it out here. I do love phthalo green, though. This is another, so it's a good reason to put it out here. Phthalo green and oxide red together will make a beautiful gray, and you can see how close it is, almost to burnt umber and blue. Okay, I'm gonna leave one on the green side like that, and one on the red side. That green's just gonna shoot through this color, and so looks red here. By the time I put white into it, it'll be green. I think that's it. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna take, and since I work in piles like this, we're gonna split it. Split these piles in half and make midtones. And some of these guys will end up being more highlights too, but let's get them in the midtone areas. Yeah, it's kind of fun to paint with your old colors again every once in a while like this, and just kind of remind you of certain paintings you've done. Usually more successful. I would wish it was more successful. Usually reminds me of the ones you were not successful. And so that's why you kind of walked away from me and said, okay, I'm good. Let's go on. I split these guys value-wise. If I look down in here, I can find a nice mid value. It's probably going to be around 7 and 8. So it's 7.5. So that's just a little bit of white added to these colors to see where they come out. So I'm going to mix them all about the same value, about probably closer. If I went closer to 8, I'd probably be better. So go for this big mud warm pile down in here. And that's pretty close. That is blue and oxide red light. This is on the red side. That was on the blue side. This is on the red side. It's going to be in a lot of this back stuff. And it'll be nice to be able to get it into some of the foreground stuff area too, but we'll see. All right, next colors are alizarin and blues. This is the alizarin side. Definitely going to be a lot of purple showing up here. This one should be on the blue side. Let's see how it does. Starts to show up. I'll probably have to tinker with this color and make it a little bit bluer than it is. Alizarin's still coming through. As you can see, it's a little bit, needs a lot more blue in it. The next ones are burnt umber and blue. Ooh, got added just a little bit too much white into that one right off the bat. I have to steal half the pile here to get it the right value. Probably the whole pile to get it to the right value. All right, but that's the blue, oxide and blue. You can see how it starts to work in here. It's going to be in there, here and there. The brown side here should do a yeoman's work. Really a nice mud puddle color. Pretty much nails it. I want to make sure I have enough of it, but it's really just burnt umber and blue. It's really nothing, just really on the burnt umber side. An easy mix. That's half the thing is most of these colors just are easy, such easy mixes. Okay, this is blue and burnt sienna. This is going to be pretty close to that one. Just a little bit redder and warmer, but it still has so much blue in it. Goes just a hair greener. I mean, because of the yellow in the burnt sienna compared to the coolness of oxide or burnt umber. This is where I went a little heavier on the burnt sienna. Okay. You can see I probably went a little bit far, but it's going to get back in here and it's going to be able to do a lot of the building type things. But I also think I'm going to take a piece of this, make it just a little bit darker by using just some of the blue and burnt umber or burnt sienna side of the color. Just a little bit more blue into it. Just to gray it out, and you can just see it turn to mud. It's a lot like the burnt sienna or burnt umber, but just a nice warmer tone. That's definitely going to be in there. That's going to help really drive the eye around the painting. That one's okay. Let's see now. These next ones are new ones. Phthalo and red. Getting those guys to the same value. Just a touch of white. You can see the green just popping through on this side. Really trying to take it easy, trying not to let give it too much white so the green overpowers. You can start to see it too much. And then this is the red side. I did take it a little bit easy, so I might have to, we'll see what happens here. Gray it out. Might need to go split these two piles together a little bit for a little green in this one. On the red side, just a little red in the green one. Just to gray them out just a little bit more. There we go. You're just reading too much as colors instead of temperatures. I mean, I want it to read red, but I don't want, I'd rather have it just be more of a warm gray. And then just be slightly different than that, a little bit different than that. It'll be nice in since this pile of street color down here gonna fill up the painting. You know, having some extra colors down here would be nice for it. That's about it right there. Blues, sky blue. We're just gonna go with blue. I'm gonna take this to about a 6 value. Right now it's way down here at 9, so we're gonna have to add white to make it get it to a 6. That's too much white. Won't take too much. We are going to take it up to about a 3 too, but we're going to go shoot for the 6 first because that's the top color here. We're just going to go for value first, and then we're going to tint it to warm it up a little bit. And we'll warm it up with what? What would I warm this color up with? So you can see how cool that color is.
A red.
Could do a red. But this is a little aqua-y kind of sky. So we can go a little simpler. We'll just go a little phthalo green.
I knew you'd get it in there.
Thank you. So we're gonna add just a little phthalo to it, and that'll be our main white or main blue for the painting. How warm that, it just warmed it up so simply. That's nice. Okay, just gonna make a couple versions of this. This is gonna leave one on like that. I'm gonna leave one on the green side, and then just make one on the real blue side. So I have a 2-1. So it's this one. I'll leave a little bit more on the blue side. This will come in handy, this color right here. Definitely when you get to the snow down in here, it'll come in handy. So this is going to be on the blue side. Just a hint of, I just stole a little bit of phthalo green from that one and basically put in here. So it's just really is a cool blue, but it's just nice to have a few different colors to play with that sky. Coming down, that's pretty much your value. Now we just need to take it and just get it really blasted with enough white to get it to about a 3 value. 2, 3, it gets pretty warm down here, but we're going to go for the main area down in here, right above the station. And we're going to try and get that to a right around 3. Now, we should be able to get everything else. That is a 4-ish 5 right here. So double the white amount. There you go. And you can start to see how it starts to hit the snow. A lot of times it's more value than temperature, than being right on these last, when it's snow. We know it's going to be reflective of the sky. So that's an easy one. And there we go. That'll be good. That should do us well. If I need to brighten it up, I brighten up a piece of it. I shouldn't have to go too bright. Yeah, be enough. So I made up a few blues. I probably could do a little more on the green side too, but I think I'm gonna get a few more colors out of that up there. Now for the intense colors of the painting. This is pretty much mid-tones, kind of the dull, the meat of the painting. We got this bright blue sky. Now we just need all the rest of it, the highlights, and well, should do it. Highlights, definitely we need some yellows, and we need some oranges, we need some reds. So we're going to start off with alizarin and cad yellow. Probably more cad yellow than alizarin, because I do want a kind of an orange. I do like the red side too, but not quite that red. I don't think I need it quite that red. I think these guys cut with a little bit of white. Should fall into place. You can see some of these matching. You can start to see how it just starts to set off these other colors, midtones, just with the little accent colors. Pretty much does the whole thing. I think that's, that's pretty good right there. I'm going to do cad orange. I'm just going to put some cad orange out too. And maybe a little oxide red into it. Just a scratch of it. Don't need much of it, but I just want to, it might be nice to have. All right. So I have these basic tones. I'm going to take these guys and take them down to about 3, 4s. Get them around this, the light of this area here. So I'm just going to add enough white to do that to them. Not a huge areas. So this is the alizarin and yellow. As soon as I add white, you can just see how it creamed out. And see if it was just a touch warmer, probably perfect for that streak. So to warm it up, I just add just a touch more yellow back to it, or orange or yellow, you know, just to be able to put a stroke in there. That's just a went just a little bit too far. Let's see what the yellow side does. A little bit too much blue in there. This is yellow and orange, yellow and alizarin. Just a little bit of white. Pretty much that. Pretty much there. Might have to bring in just a little more yellow to warm it up. That's about it. This color with a ton more white in it should do everything I need. It's a kind of a simple painting. So this is orange, and it doesn't look, you know, it's a little bit warmer, richer than the cad yellow and the alizarin. Just a touch, you barely, you know. Yeah, I got so I got a few reds here. I don't really need this many, but all right, we're going to leave those guys there. We need more yellows, yellow whites at the end here. Okay, so I got pretty much everything. I just really need to find that straight color, the dry pavement color. And it's going to come out of one of these guys. Probably this is burnt sienna and blue. This is phthalo green and red. And burnt umber and blue. I'm thinking those colors, but you never know. It might come out of one of these two down here. These guys down here too. I need these guys for this is a oxide red and blue on down here. Definitely need that for just a hair more lighter for the clouds. So I'm just going to add just enough white to make these like a 4 value, because that's going to go up here in the it's going to be up here in the sky. One on the red side, one on the blue side. So it's always got a little bit to play with. This color, this is what I was looking at. Is that in there? It's close. It's close. That tells me the burnt umber or burnt sienna probably is perfect. But let's do this. So here's burnt umber and blue. Right, this burnt umber and blue, but this is on the burnt umber side. That's almost nailed it. Went through the blue side too, because I know the blue side might fall back in space because of the where it is. It might need it to, you know, I'll paint that back in here so I get some distance. So I can use the warm up in the front and blue in the back. Before we get there, let's try the burnt umber side or burnt sienna side, which is touch more warmth. This is the blue side, which, because you can see, that's just a, you know, basic gray. And that's really close. That's just could be on the blues, just a hair bluer, be perfect. So it might be these two together. Red. Now we go to the red side. Definitely in there. Definitely just a touch more white. And that could be it. But then I got the greens here, which I didn't have before. That's really, really pretty close. Nice neutral. Basically, all it's asking you, if it's asking to be cooler at this point, that's where you can come over here and steal sky. Put sky in for your coolness instead of adding white all the time. Because that's what's reflecting into this color. It's the sky. So put sky color in there, you should be fine. Same here. If I go just lighten my greens and grays up with white, I could do that. Oh, that's beautiful color. Wow, that's really nice. I'm leaving that there. I'm just steal a little bit more of that blue, white, do the red side. Thinking this might, if I get it right, value, this painting's done. I think I was hoping it was going to hit right here, but just a little too cool. Close enough, though. Close enough for government work. All right. So I'll go over the colors again. This is pretty much it. I mean, I do need a couple specialty colors. Cad yellow and white. So just a touch of white, all white, just a touch of cad yellow. And I want to keep that pretty bright. I do want to see the yellow and the white. That's about it, I think. Take these oranges and white. And yellow. This is the color I was really thinking. Yeah, it's real close. That should get me in there. Just a touch of cad red into it. All right. This will get me 3/4 of the way through the painting. Should do it. All right. We start off with the dark colors up top. We start off with blue and oxide red light, or could be a Terra Rosa. Did a blues version of it and one on the red side. Brought them down to right here about 7s to 8s. And then brought them back up a little bit to about 5s. Here we have alizarin in blue. Coming down I did not take this color yet. Sorry. This color did not come down to where it needs to come. It needs to come to the sky value. One on the alizarin side. Sorry, guys. So it comes all the way up to about I'm going to keep it right around a 5. Not really all the way up to the bright one. I need one on the blue side, one on the purple alizarin side. And that's where I said I got to really push the blue on this side. A little bit more to get in here. A little bit more than that. Even. Okay. But this will just speed up the painting when we have it ready. That blue purple's just a little bit too purple. All right, back to mixing colors. Okay, done with that. All right, then we use over here, we use blue and burnt umber. Again, I ran out of, so it's easy mix, just blue side, for number side. Good for underpainting. So brought those down to about a 7, 8, and then brought them down to again probably around a 6. And then over here we had burnt sienna and blue, and brought those guys down the same way. We did do phthalo green and outside red light, and they came down, and you can see just a beautiful grays. So we got a lot of nice, really beautiful grays for this painting. The sky was pretty simple. It's just blue and phthalo green, and then just a lot of white. I probably need to go just a little bit more on the phthalo green side on this one, just because it's just too much like that one. So I might add just a touch more phthalo green to it, just to get a green. And the same thing back in here is add some white, gray it out. I'm also looking at a little bit of stuff back in there, but not too much phthalo. All right. So, and then we took the phthalo and blue and just brought them down with some white to about a 6s. Well, these guys are pretty much a little high, but it's going to be, and then the last ones we brought down were like 2s. We'll be using a little bit of these other colors to help the sunset light and bend in the back there too. For the buildings and for some of the other lights, we just used alizarin and blue and cad yellow. It's on the alizarin side, this yellow side, bring it down with white. Added just a touch more yellow to it. And then took it down here and brought some of that yellow over here with white and some of these other colors. Over here we did cad orange and oxide transparent oxide red light. And you can't really see the difference. One of them should have went probably closer to the orange side and didn't. We'll do it now. Okay. So that's it, pretty much it. That's the palette for the painting. Good luck. See you later. Bye. That never gets old. That's a good joke. It never gets old.
Very funny.
Yeah. See, I'm a funny guy. I am going to tone this guy with burnt sienna. You know, basically, let's see what that does. I'm going to go burnt sienna and oil just to tone my canvas to get rid of some whites. Burnt sienna should warm up the whole painting, and and it should be all right with the blues too. I think it's just gonna all gray them out as much as burnt umber would. All right, so that was the easy part. We'll come back and get you guys close and see how this works. You guys okay with the colors?
Yep, they look good.
Well, I have a question.
No.
It's Anne Marie, and
No kidding. I knew it was Anne Marie. Hey, you doing, Anne Marie?
I'm okay. I just joined, and I'm just observing tonight. But I had a question on the palette about that peachy color that was on the bottom right of the palette.
Okay, one
What-
second.
What was that? Because I'm taking notes.
Okay, there was a couple colors. They were I went with let me flip back into it.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah, I know you're just a pain in the butt, but that's where you are. That's okay. We love you for it. This is this one here is cad red or alizarin crimson and yellow. These two.
Oh, okay.
And they came down, and that's kind of a peachy color. This is another one. This is cad orange and oxide red.
Yeah.
This one is just cad orange with white.
Wow. Okay.
It's a little bit warmer. So that's why I just threw it out there at the end, just because of these two didn't separate out at all. They looked the same color. So I just said, I'll just put some cat orange out. And I just added white to it, just to,
And then the one, just one more thing, the one that's on the bottom
this
in
one,
the middle there. Yeah, what's that?
that came from over here. It came from alizarin and yellow
Okay,
with white.
with
It's on
white.
the
Okay,
alizarin side. This is on the yellow side. Well, this was just yellow and white. This is the yellow and alizarin
Yeah.
side. So
okay.
one of those guys are going to hit.
Thank you.
So it's always nice to have those guys going. All right. Back to work. Okay, you guys should have this all drawn out by now and pretty much set, ready to go. See, I can get really pretty close. Hopefully this is just a few things to work out. Oh no. Crash and burn. Okay, I can get closer, but it doesn't help me any. So, because I can't get my foot in there. So it'd be nice to be able to see it. All right, let's see how that does.
You're so picky.
I am picky about this stuff. I don't know why. All right. Oh, trying to get my other camera set up now. All right, I gotta move this one back. There I go. Now I can get my foot in there. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at it. It's perfectly straight. Hi. All right. Everything got messed up since our last meeting. So I'll put this here somewhere. I can point to it. I can work that side. Let's leave it right up here. I can put another one up here. Just in case. Oh, you guys can't see that at all. All right, let me tip it up. I didn't want to show you my rafters. Okay, there we go. Basically, yeah, I'm going to tone this with my big brush, just burnt sienna, just a little oil. Make sure my brush is all cleaned out of paint. All right. Then I'm just going to draw it in. Just need to tone the canvas to get rid of everything. And we'll draw it in. But like I said, this one was nice because it was just 1 point perspective. It looks hard, but it's really simple. So you always look good when you do this, except for when you tell everybody what you just did, and then everybody's going, "Well, now it's not. You took away the magic." Which, yeah, I should just shut up and paint. Tone just a little bit more with this burnt sienna. I'm gonna take it easy in the sky. I'm gonna keep it heavier down below. Get a little bit of warmth in there. That'll help with the greens. And so now next week we start up with 8 brand new high quality classes. Should be fun. We will be doing sliding around here, doing some couple snow scenes. We'll be doing people, we'll be doing animals, night scene, palette knife jog, painting. Got a little bit of everything planned for you guys. People, animals, little, yeah. Water. So don't miss it. Coming to a station near you. All right.
I'm signed up.
I know you are. Thank you. You're great. So this is basically a composition is nothing more than a 1/3 composition, 1/3, 2/3. Basically, everything is going to be just around the 1/3 line down here, just keeping it, trying to keep it from reaching too close to the middle. The middle's right about here, and we can go up into that area, but we want to keep the horizon basically closer to the 1/3 mark, maybe just a hair, maybe just a hair above it, not by much. But, and then over here again, if you figure out the 1/3 here on your painting, mine's going to be right about here, 1/3, and then just slightly on that side. That little X, you cross those guys out where that X is, that's going to be your vanishing point. That's where everything goes back to. That little, be just a little dot right there. Everything goes right back to it. From streets. So that's about right here, a little bit over 1/3. The street here. On the sidewalk. Right about, a little bit wider, right about there. Got that arc here of the. I want to just kind of, I'm going to cheat anything. I want to make this bottom part kind of fun. So if I make it a little bit bigger, than it is, it'll be fun. Fine. I'm just going to move it up about an inch. I can move everything up just a hair more here, just so I don't lose too much. But a lot of this stuff just goes away anyway. There's really not much back in here anyway, so I'm just going to leave it. Just a little bit of, I'm going to make that, I'm a little short on that side. I'm going to make it go up a little higher. So there we go. A little bit of room for that building over here. Pretty much almost a flat top. It just has a slight angle to it. Hit that angle, the side of the building, and then that point there to this point here will give you everything you need to know about this building here. It does have a little bit of a cone on the top back side here, but all the windows, everything coming down here, everything on that building. But we're not really too worried about the perspective that much, because it's really quite small. Okay, so that was the tough part right there. Everything else is just smushy up to here. The last little thing is to hit this guy. Okay, since I have the base, I can just figure out how high I need to get this above here. Basically about mid-painting. I almost have to come up all the way mid-painting. Get that line. The bottom of the area here. And then the other one. So they all just point right back to it. Not quite that much. Okay. I'm just really gonna work on the triangle here. Edge here. Now tell me where everything else is. We get that triangle right. I should be, everything else should fall into place. Just a little bit too much. There you go. And then that tip right there points right back to here, that point. You don't even have to be exact. You just be close. Just being a little close. See, the dogs agree. This is amazing.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I got my volume back. All right.
I love barking in the background.
Barking. Dude.
Well, I don't know what they're barking at, but I don't care. I'm busy
Okay.
trying to keep up with you, James.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
I'm rusty.
We're all a little rusty. I tell you, I would have told you guys about I was going to do this sooner, but I just had to make sure I had a hernia operation right before Christmas, and just want to make sure I could sit here and stand and do it before I, said I was gonna do it.
Oh gosh. Well,
Yeah.
it must have been successful.
Looks
Oh,
like
hell
you're
yeah.
okay.
I'm a new person.
You look good as new.
Yeah, yeah. It is good as news. It's like better. Oh my God.
Great.
It's, yeah, you guys don't need. You guys don't. You guys know what I'm talking about. Playing with through pain.
Oh yeah. Aging's not for sissies.
It really isn't.
No, it isn't, but we carry on.
We have to. We have to. You have no choice. You only
Yeah.
you have. Yeah, you don't have much of a choice after. If you do.
Really.
It's it. You got. It's it. We'll see about that angle here, how that turns out, and everything else. But really, that's pretty much it. Okay. I don't worry about the clouds. I don't really worry about any of the building, everything back there. I might put in a couple of strokes for the building back in here just to remind myself where about it's going to be. But that's about it. Oh, and then an arch, a little more tracks here. A lot of people, you might be able to use a straight edge for these straight lines if you want to. I just use my big brush because it's pretty much, you line these lines up pretty nicely. You don't have to do too much, but line the one edge up and just keep it going and get a pretty much straight edge. As long as I hit this right, I should be fine. All right. So this is going to go up a little higher, but I don't want to do that. And over here, if there's one building here, it sticks out a little bit. And then Chicago way back there. I'm not going to worry about pretty much anything else here. Just want this, thinking about the light though, coming across here, back this way, just making sure I got an angle. So, it's more interesting. I don't want to hit the same angles here. So I want to make sure it's slightly different. And right in here is going to be the pile of snow right in here. So things got moved around a little bit because I wanted to take advantage of the dark. As you can see, pretty much Now the rest of the painting should go pretty fast. All right. First colors. Let's get going. The first colors are the first colors that we did pretty much. This is blue and oxide red with no white. So all the first colors we're going to be painting have no white in them. It's going to be pretty much dark. Let's see. I'm going to put this in the back edge since it's cool. But I'm looking at this this guy here first. So I'm going to paint him. Get this guy in first. Start off with the blue first, because it's going to be heavier in the back side too. On this guy. Shape wise, get close as I can. When I get up close, when I get up to this front edge, I'm going to switch off to red, the red side. That red will come forward and gives it a nice glow. I'll work it back into the middle of that thing too. That's about it. Don't worry about the posts in the back. I'm not going to worry about that kind of stuff. Basically, everything is just going to be pretty simple. It's going to be just squares. Everything's just going to come down to this one point and stop. Doesn't have to go any farther. This is the red side. And as I get back here again, I'm just going to switch over to the blue side of this color. This is again phthalo blue and oxide red. Getting a little heavy back here. That's a little heavy color wise. Okay, gonna mute you guys just for a little bit. I got a little static showing up here in my ear. So this is the red side for this. There's a building here right back in here. It's really on the red tones and stuff. So I'm just gonna paint it in with the oxide red and blue on the oxide side. Still very blue feeling. It's blue came through it pretty quick, but also I've got this. It's just a touch of snow right there. Also gets the edge here. Look for anything else over here. You can put in. There's an awning. It's going to be green, but part of it's going to be the color. A dark's a dark at this point. Okay. I'm also going to use some of that blue. Just going to hit this building here a little bit on this side. And the roof. I gotta get like that down. It's a bit too big. I don't worry about snow. Snow will take care of itself. I'm going to put in a little bit of the arch here a little bit. So get the dark in there and then I'll fix it up with the rest. Okay. while I have this color, it's still on the first two colors. Basically, this is just blue and oxide red. You know, I'm trying to get some dark right off the bat. And I want transparency. So I'm going to put this in, just kind of let the strokes be. I'm not trying to blend anything together. We want strokes. This should be perfect for you, Kathleen. This is exactly what you, big strokes, let them be. Just a little bit more red over here on this side. Just a touch of oil to make it run together a little bit. Okay. That's about it. Just don't have to do too much more than that. Just wanted to hit this one spot here. Might even just try to help my drawing out a little bit. So I didn't really draw everything in there. Just a little bit of sidewalk and well, it should be right there. Okay. Probably a little bit better there. Okay. I got everything. There's always a lot of stuff. That's why this kind of paint, this painting can go so quick. Half of it's painted just with two colors. And it usually came off really good the last time. So all right. That's our first color. So I'm going to go back, and this is blue and alizarin. This is usually my darkest dark. If I was going to put it anywhere, I put it in here again, but right here at where the edge of this guy is, really right on the edge, really a dark alizarin, and then leave the warmth of the oxide on the other side of this area. Just that simple. Otherwise, most of that color is just going to end up being, snow. Ends up being snow. Might put it down. I don't. I really don't really have any other place for it, so I just hate just not using it, right? But it's really getting used in the snow. It is going to be used. So it's going to just go on to the next color. Okay, I'm going on to the next color. Basically, we're going to go burnt umber and blue. That's going to be all down in here. It's going to be pretty much down in here, probably a little bit back into a couple building type things like that. But again, this is on the blue side. And then we'll do the brown side, and then we'll do the same thing with the going to be doing the same thing with burnt sienna in blue. And the object is to get this color in here, but not, just to get color in here, some cools mixed in with some warms, grays. And then we'll figure out in the next step where everything kind of goes. Just mess it up. This is in the shadowed area, so it's really, don't see too much of it. I mean, these colors should just be pretty much a blend of black. But we want to have some nice things to our blah. Again, everything is kind of like feeding back again to our point. Right? Everything that really, there's almost like a dark line that kind of comes down here and just switches around right here. And that's where I'm usually putting in. You can see the cool colors, the blue sides of that color, really, shooting through here and getting some really nice heavy duty paint on here. Also looking at, like, thinking about tire marks type things. So somebody went way too far, drove in here way too far. But a lot of that stuff we'll take care of. I want to get this corner too. The painting down here, I want to get that filled in with a bluish umber. So you can see the red kind of showing through a little bit in here, reddish purple. And then you get this stuff over here. Very kind of cool values going on in here. Okay. Now we're just going to just move right down the line, go to the burnt sienna side. Burnt sienna and blue. This is going to be my first color. It's probably not going to look a whole lot different than this burnt umber and blue. It really does, at this point, without white in it, all the colors can be going to look a little crappy. And being able to tell one from the other, probably won't be able to do. Also, just now I can start, I'm going to use a little bit of this burnt sienna and blue mix just to get up here. There's a wall here, step. Also, yeah, I'm gonna, since I have this color, I might as well really a little bit at the very bottom of these trees, basically right at the snow line or the horizon line. You can see a little bit of where these trees are going. On this side, a little bit more warmth than you guys can barely tell. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of the little work on this building over here. Clean that line up. Back line a little bit better too. I can always go back in with a knife and really clean these lines up too, if I have a strong preference or anything. That's a little dark, but that's okay for now. Okay. Now I'm just going to go, this is the brown side. This is burnt sienna and blue, but it's a little bit on the brown side, a little bit. You can see it coming through here a little bit. Definitely hack it into here, just cut it in here. Going to be in the wet pavement area here, going back to our area here. Gonna go all the way back there, right to there. You'll find it probably over on this side of the street too. I'm gonna put a little bit into this building area on the, well, I was gonna say shadow side, but it's not really, it's really catching light, but it's not by much compared to the front. I mean, the side there, really popping it. Goes right here. Okay. Tone this guy area down. Push these guys over. I'm gonna just tone this bottom area a little with that burnt sienna and blue. Just run my brush out. Color. Now I can start to see about shadows. Not quite that much. Okay. Where my shadows are gonna go. Okay. 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 Next color. Always another color. You said phthalo green. Now we're going to get the phthalo green and alizarin, or phthalo green and oxide. And again, I'm just going to put this, dab this in here. This is going to be these spots going down the middle of the street here. I can put them in later too. I just want to get at least the big areas, because sometimes just putting in the when you put in the real color in this area here, is half the battle is done. So now just thinking about tire marks going through. Starting to get a little bit of warmth. Okay, right here on this edge here, coming in just a little bit of, so that green and the red start to show through just a little bit right in here. That warmth, just a tiny different warmth, but it helps with this arc from here to around there, points that up. Looks that dark area there. Just soften it out a little bit. Again, no white yet. We haven't used, we're going to get there real soon though. You guys are probably already there. I know you couldn't wait and you had to jump ahead. It's okay. Just marking areas as I draw. Now I'm going to use some of this green, definitely some of this green red here. Back into just the tops of some of these trees back in here. Just, you know, it's really light. Maybe I can paint a little bit of that. Get a little bit green into that. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the red side. And the red side's pretty strong though. No, it's too strong for that. There is a box, or I'm not even sure if it's a box. What it is? Look like right in the middle of this thing, there's a nice square right here coming down, and then there's a, you know, the part of the poles right around. So I'm just gonna Put it in there. Look for a couple straight edges. It's where a nice brush like this is really good. We're getting a couple your straight edges in. On some buildings, separations. Okay. Painting at an angle. Oh, it's going to be off a little bit. Okay, any more red. Everything else I can pretty much doesn't really need to be there yet. All right. So pretty much that's everything without white. Now I'm going to go to second values, and this painting is pretty much just going to start jumping really pretty quick. At least that's what I'm thinking it will. I'm going to start back just right where I came from. I've still got phthalo green and alizarin, or phthalo green and oxide red down back in here. I want to see how that does. I was thinking right in here. Well, it's pretty close. Closer to the front edge than it is back edge. This is the red side of that. And the thing is, when I put this in, simple strokes, not too many of them. I'm going to go with the green side as I go back a little bit. Yeah, maybe just a touch more white in the middle. More greenish middle. Got a lot of red in it. Might have to go down to the second tier. That too. So I just want to get these kind of big areas in. And then there'll be adjustments to make. Thinking about it, might be just a touch dark. No, that was okay. Not quite that. Okay. So I'm getting that just a slight arc of light area. This is going to be a little burnt sienna and blue and white. Going to go to put it in. It's going to be a little dark, but I'm going to work it more towards the bottom of the edges of the painting. And then warm it up slightly. And then I'll come back in with a few other colors in this area here to tide it all over. Just going to think about a couple of the tire tracks, all of them. I need the. So that's warm. This is a warm. Back and behind here, I'm going to go with the cool version of it. And go with the blue version of it. Except that my blue is just a hair dark, so I'm going to go with step down here. And get that in. Okay, that worked out all right. I'm going to try this red side. This is phthalo green and red. I'm going to paint this building back in here. Looks the red side's a little bit too too cool, so I'm gonna go back to the green side. Perfect. I mean, it's got to be light. I got to lighten this color up on the building, but I'm thinking right now, I ain't got the roof. I think it's the roof is really close to this, and that'll take care of that. Also, while I'm doing that, I'm also going to take this is phthalo green and red, oxide red, just a little bit of white to it. Maybe just a. I'm going to get this line here. No, just a touch too dark. Put a little more white into it. Get that top edge here. Well, you can take it right to that edge, pretty close to it. Okay. And we'll just keep going with the. This is burnt sienna and blue, white. Start to lighten up a few spots here, darken in too much. Use that. There you go. I'm starting to build up. Okay. Next colors, next colors. Burnt umber and blue. Now it's just a touch of white. This is on the blue side. And I'm looking for just some of the highlights in this icy area right underneath the arc. This arc here. I just have to dab a couple of them and leave it. Well, that was here's the brown side. It should be. Okay. Okay. So total mess. Not bad though. This is the blue side. This is blue and burnt umber. Really on the blue side. It's really might be just a touch too strong with blue, but I think I can see the highlights a little bit right here. And right down in here. 3 little spots. There. And as I go back in here, they're just little puddles. That color. Pretty much there. Now I'm going to come back, yeah, definitely in here. And it's not going to get much more. That's about it in this whole area here. Which is a little more pink there, but that's about it. At least for the darks and everything. So and with that, finish that off. Get this over here. So I got the bottom painted. A lot of my midtones are now taken care of. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna lighten this one up, just the edge of that guy, just a touch more. Yeah, kind of missed it. So I lighten it up, and really the top has to have a little bit of darkness to it, or it flattens the whole thing down. Shape just goes straight up instead of back to where I wanted it. So that's why I had to go back and put dark back in. Color wise, that's pretty good. We've got the midtones pretty much done on that part. Got some purples here. Let's see what these guys go. This is phthalo. This is blue and oxide red. This is on the red side. Really kind of a pink purple. Really don't get a lot of places, but you know, sometimes in these areas here, you just need to create a little bit of interest that's not really showing up. Sorry. Got a glare right there. So yeah, that's it. Okay. I would grade out purple gray here for a little bit of these crosswalk or lines here. Need to come all the way here. There you go. So that's about most of that. So I'm going to drop down to my last tier colors. These are the fives and things like that. And it should start filling in pretty quickly here. I'll put in the sky right after that. I'm going to start off right in here, this area here. This is I'm going to go with burnt umber blue, burnt sienna blue, sorry, and white. See, should be on the burnt sienna side. Just a little too cool. I want it right in the middle, warm. So that's the burnt sienna. But it should start to blend in with some of the burnt sienna I already put in here. And just I want it to cut up a little bit. So a lot of times I'm just pushing it in and then just letting it go. I'll soften this edge a little bit more. Come back and put it in again. Could be just a little warmer, so I'm going to put just a little bit more burnt sienna in this color, this white. Just needs a little bit more warmth. Still, we haven't used much of a, this is the only brush I've used, so won't have much to clean out. Okay, not bad. I think I can get away with this for now. I think that color is really good, probably for this building too. Over here, I kept putting it in blue, but I think it's got to be a little bit grayed out. Greener. Just found a few spots here, really kind of a patchwork of strokes here to use, just trying not to get too blendy. All right, that's good enough though. We're going to clean to another brush and put in the sky. I'm right down, I'm going to start dark and just work my way down to light. And just blend it into these areas. Oh, that being said, I'm just going to put a little warmth, a little softness in here for the trees. Not much for this. I don't want to do too much for the big tree here. Just the basic bottom of it. And then just a couple areas here. Pull it down. There, good enough. Good enough. This is just some phthalo green and alizarin here. I'm just, or oxide, sorry, oxide red. Kind of a very grayed out color down here. I just want to put in, and I'll warm it up. I just want kind of a warm gray mix. A little stronger right around the building. Just put it in the sky. Now I can just bring it right together. So I don't have to worry too much. So start off with the let's start off with the warm side. I'm gonna keep it over here. This is blue and phthalo green a little bit and white, mostly blue, white, touch of phthalo green. This is the green side, I would say. Probably should be a little greener over here. I think I'm gonna switch that, put this the greener side. Can't tell. Keep this the cooler side halfway and switch to the cooler side back here. Switch that to blue. Add some blue to my brush. Make up for it. And just keep it kind of real simple up there. Not too much more going in. Now I'm going to drop down to the next tier of colors. The blue and just white with just about to a 6. And just work it up a little bit into the sky. This, you'll end up being a lot of the snow. It's going to be this color too. Let's go just a little more green, white. So now I'm going to go a little bit lighter as we go down. Add just a touch of yellow to it. White and yellow. Go a little bit brighter. Area there now. How's everybody doing? Having fun? I have you all muted, so no one can say a word. Add just a touch of orange to my white blue sky. A really light area here. Bring it up a little bit. That should start to really start to take effect. Everything should start to work a little bit better. We okay?
It's looking a lot better than it did in the photograph to me.
Yours is? Congrats.
No, I meant yours.
Oh, well, you know, I can work on this guy probably a little bit longer, but I'm gonna, you know, just keep it moving and get to some of the details. And switch to a little bit smaller brush. My big bristle brush here. And pretty much I can start to put in some of the snow down in here because I know it's going to relate back with these colors over there. And let's see what happens. Slight arc a little bit above that one line. Probably could dull that color down a little bit more, but not by much. Probably just a little bit of orange into it. I'm just going to bring it around, finish this arc off here. There's one little spot in here. That's when I put it in with a bristle. I'm going to get nice, smushy stuff going on. So it's always good to switch off brushes. I can always come back and carve those in. I'm going to keep it really strong blue. Basically, sky, almost pure sky right here at the bottom edge here. And then I'm going to gray it as I go back. I'm going to just put in a little bit of burnt sienna into my sky color, blue sky color, and just gray it out. So back in here, just gray it out a little bit, but keep the strength there. Sort of have areas marked for for the light. But now I just want to just do simple little dabs with the brush. Not the paint be thick and thin. So it has a nice quality to it, so it's not all heavy paint. It's sometimes you got some thin paint showing through. Really comes in handy back in here. Could go a little bit more green side of that. I think grayed out. It's a like this is, you know, when I say green, it's just like we're talking. I'm pretty much splitting hairs between a green and a blue and stuff. It's just what's hitting in the shadows, what's getting a little grayer. Then the cars themselves, we'll get those guys in. But everything has to go right back that one point. That's going to be a little bit of a purple right back in here. There's big shapes. This is where I thought that it was going to be, yeah, this color is a blue and Liz or oxide red coming together here. And putting it in with a bristle brush now and just keeping it really soft, not too controlled. I can get pretty much all these guys. Look for the big stroke in the middle. Let it break on the outside as much as it wants. Roll that brush, you know? There we go. I kept it blue there, and then as I came forward in space, we switched to the red side, right about halfway up, right about in here. We switched to a red side, the phthalo blue and oxide red. We switched to the red side. That gives you, comes forward. Okay. Nice painting with a kind of huge brush that still can't get a whole lot done with, you know. Now I'm going to add some streaks to the trees. Start to fall back into place. Okay. Get that yellow. I'm going to shoot up here and get going here. Some of these oranges. Work the orange in first, and then work the yellow in on top. And this alizarin. Lost my brush. This is that orange, this is, again, alizarin and yellow. And we're just going to be going through this background. There's only a few little teeny spots that you can see all the way back here in the back. See a couple little spots. And this building in front of us. Right here in the put a little, okay. I can start to work it in over back in here in these buildings back in here. Just left a few little teeny spots here to fill in with some opaque orange paint. A lot of the buildings are really pretty much the same color. I'm just going to just use a little heavier paint and thinner paint. Not do too much more. All I got to do is line up some brush strokes, and we should be getting there. Okay. I'm gonna go back with the first blue I put up for the sky. A little bit green and a little more phthalo, just a touch more phthalo in it. I'm gonna put this in pretty dark. Okay, yeah. A little dark, little dark. Always lighten it up. One more shot. So this will be the snow basically on the bottom edge. I put a little bit of blue shadow coming across here. That's pretty much now. It's all just few pinks and things like that. Some of this blue out of here. I'm gonna go with some of these. Let's see about putting this in. Go a little bit stronger. One or two right in here. Okay, yellow, white. This is the yellow side of alizarin and orange, yellow together. I'm going to use it as pure as possible right up here. Just a little bit more yellow probably in it. Let's try and leave it there though. Gonna mark a few of these. One's there. All right. Okay, so the last little things we're going to do is put in the big gobs of snow here. I'm going to put them in with a bristle brush. Clean. Put them in with a little bit of. I'm going to try this. This is orange and white. And I want to put it in one big gob and just pull it down and let it go as a big gob color. Maybe just warm it up on the other side. does work better. Touch too much. White. Okay, last little thing is getting this area up here. And I'm just going to use a synthetic. Try and get that one line there and then just twist my brush down the line. And then do a reverse thing top here. Get the two together. Of course, you got to do the reds and the other stuff too, but that will be hard. Touch these trees, soft the edges before I go back in and put in more one of these guys. So, but that's, a lot of it, that's gonna take a little bit more yellow. Into some areas here, some more strength. I'll put in one car for you. Just gonna use my darks. These are warm at the bottom of this car. Just gonna build it just with a couple lines. Basically, you're hitting the ground. I can just go over here and bruise a blue and burnt umber on the blue side. Let's see how that does. Put that above it. Bad. Kind of miss that and the snow. And dot for highlights for the lights. That's it. So put in there's going to be a sign in here and some other things. I thought this would go a lot faster than it did because I was able to do it in like half an hour before. Well, now I'm mixing up paint and everything. Guess should have learned. No better. Well, let's see what you guys did. I'll bring this in close. I can see where I'm at, and I'll finish it off, and you guys can see what I got to do. Doesn't really focus. I thought it should focus. Come on, focus. Oh well. Lots of work yet to do. What we got left here? We got a few people have stayed around. Mike showed up, stayed here, and so did Kathleen. Everybody else left. Oh, we got David Ernest. Who's David Ernest? Okay. So Mike, turn on your stuff and let's see what Kathleen did. There you go.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Here's Mike. Figure you probably get it done, Mike.
I'm getting there.
You know this. You know the station,
Nice.
right? This is Stone Avenue. All right. Nice colors, Mike. Again, really good. That pavement. The dry pavement over there is perfect. Really, really good. Nice colors in that. That feels real correct. You might be able to punch just a touch more red into the light going across it. That shaft of light. That's about it. Okay. On your on the station itself, that line up there could be will need to be darker. The snow side of that top of the top of the building there. Needs to be a little bit darker blue to read.
Oh, I see. The one like the sideways triangle.
Yeah, the sideways triangle right next to it. Yeah,
Right in there.
Yeah. It
Okay.
needs to go. Yeah, it's just too close to the
To the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll sit out, soften up the trees, and you got it made. Brighten up that yellow building over back there just a touch more. Good sky. Your snow's feeling correct already. Nice job on that. So you don't really, just a few marks into more marks into
Yeah.
the wet pavement that will really help it. And then finish off the trees. Really good job.
Yeah, it's coming. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, nice
Yep,
one.
I definitely know the location. So thanks for painting it, Jim.
Thanks. No problem, Mike. All right, Kathleen, let's see what you got.
Well, I was keeping up with you pretty good and then I lost you. But did it flip around?
Okay. Well, what happened? I hit you and all of a sudden somebody else came up.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Gotta keep backing up.
Oh, backing up.
It needs a lot still, but
Yeah, but it's a really great start. I can see, you look like buildings. I'd say-
yeah, they're not
Yeah.
my thing, but it's good. It's good to learn everything.
it's interesting to see how much distance can soften a square, a building and make, compared to what's up in front here. That's, really nice. I would say, yeah, on the snow on the roof, probably go closer to the blue sky at the very top of your painting
Okay.
on that front edge, back
Yeah.
shadow side,
Okay.
and that will help a lot there.
Yeah, and I accidentally got green in my back trees, and I think they should be more red. Well, regular number, right?
Yeah, they're just got to be grayed out a little bit more, and that's not too bad. Not too bad. Really, I
Okay.
mean it's still subtle. It's not jumping forward too much.
All right.
But I would say, lose any edges though, on the bottom side a little bit. Make sure that everything's just a little soft back there underneath the building itself. And you got it made. And bring in a few more trees on the other side, where they come up from behind. And
Okay.
yeah, it's going to be really close. It's a really, really good job.
I don't know what to do at the middle of the building, but I'll just,
Oh, the middle of
Cheers.
the
yeah, it's, you don't want to put detail in, but yet
Oh,
Um,
you still got to put the arcs. I still have to put I still haven't, right now it's a floating top,
yeah, put
but right
the,
in the middle, runs right down the middle. There's poles kind of coming down, and they just got to be
yeah,
just really simple. Put them in with a brush, just drop them in, and then, you know, that's it. Just
okay,
walk away.
all
But,
right.
the thing is, have everything painted behind it, before you
Oh,
don't,
before you do it?
before you
Okay,
don't get, bring you back in yourself back in and you start detailing too much. You don't want to see anything really too much even there.
and that's where I get stuck. I like to start putting that stuff in, and I won't.
Okay.
I'll try.
Promises. Okay. Really
Okay.
great start though. I
Well,
mean, yeah,
thanks. Yeah, it was more fun than I thought it was going to be. I just like doing animals and people, but this is great. Really good
animals
for
and
me.
people. That's it. Okay. Well, I guess that's what we'll be going to get a little bit of both.
Yeah, I know we will, and you
So-
always mix it up, and that's really good.
Yeah.
Thanks, James. I
No
appreciate
problem.
the freebie.
All right. No problem. No
I'll get
problem.
signed up. I haven't done it yet, but I will.
I trust you, Kathleen.
You know me, I'm addicted.
I know. We'll see you. Happy New Year.
Thanks, you too.
All right.
Going good.
All right. Glinda,
Yeah,
there she is.
okay.
How are you? Haven't seen you.
Good.
Haven't seen you since France.
It's been a while.
How you doing?
Good, thank you.
How's Big Dave?
Doing big as ever.
All right.
So how do I do this? How do I make it reverse?
Yeah, there should be a spot somewhere on your to flip the camera around.
Oh,
It's like a kind of little camera with a reverse thing.
oh, mm-mm.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, it's up in the top. It's up in the top corner.
okay. I
There you
see
go.
it.
You got it. You got it.
Do I need
And
to turn it sideways?
yeah, if you want. Okay, what you have on, you have your blur filter on in your
Oh,
effect. So, but your painting looks really good,
Oh.
even. So you're in
how,
good shape.
how do I unblur it? I
Okay. You have to touch the middle of the screen. Then it goes to, there's a little icon that comes up, says more, a circle, and more underneath it.
okay.
You hit
Okay.
more,
Okay.
and then you can, because it says background effects,
Got it.
just close it out. None, I think. There you go.
there.
You got it.
Nice.
There you go. That's fun. There's some fun. I like the snow and the street. They have some lot of nice reactions going on there, color reactions going on with the purples and the grays. Real interesting. Nice job on that. And in the sky, it's still, still work in progress. That's good. That's not bad. I can understand all that stuff. It almost feels like a nice watercolor effect going on there almost. You're not working watercolors, all right?
I do everything. That's probably my problem. I need to just focus on one medium, but I love it all.
Just wondering if you're watercoloring on us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really great, really fabulous, great start, Linda. I mean,
Well-
you kept up really nice.
Well, thank you. All right. I
Yeah,
still
you-
need work.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have a habit of over manicuring paintings also, so I'll try to just control myself.
That's the thing is, don't overwork it. I'd like a lot of that, especially when you got wet, pavement, that kind of stuff. Yeah, the less you do there, kind of let the colors just be instead of blending them out.
Right.
The better it's going to be. If you want to work on something, you can darken in the top of the sky a little bit more. If you want to, gotta get in some overwork, do that.
Okay.
That's about it. I think, there's a few areas, I think if you really get a nice dark blue sky against that triangle in the roof,
Oh,
other thing, when you hit that, that's gonna
Okay.
pop. That's gonna pop.
so darken that sky above the roof.
No,
The-
not the sky, not the roof. that,
Oh.
that white area, you probably haven't been painted it. That's what I'm thinking. Right next to the yellow, the
Okay.
triangle, right,
Yes.
right behind it going back. That should be a really kind of a dark blue.
Oh, okay.
But that's
Huh.
about it. That's going to draw your eye right there. That's going to be beautiful.
Okay.
Really nice. Good light. Congrats.
Thank you. Great. Thank you.
All
Thank you, teacher.
Hey, we try. Thank you. No problem. We
Okay.
try to do our best. All right, I'll let you guys go. We ran over a little bit, so I'll you guys take her easy. We'll see you all next week, or people who sign up, we'll see you all next week. There is also a free class, well, almost free class on Saturday. I am painting an animal for that one. What am I painting? A horse. Painting a horse. Really simple one though. Yeah, just like this, a real simple one that takes too long.
I think I signed up for that, so hopefully I'll see you
Okay.
on
You
the
should.
4th. Okay,
All right.
thank you, James.
All right. We'll see
Bye,
you all later.
everybody. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
See you, Jim.
See you, Mike.
Thanks for the class. It was fun.
All right. Happy New
Thank
Year
you.
too,
Yeah,
everyone.
Thank you, Jim.
Yes. Happy New Year.
Thanks for
Yeah.
doing this.
No
Thanks.
worries. No worries, guys. It's fun.
All right. Bye.
Bye.